Hello, everybody, and welcome to Planet's FPL, the world where everything revolves around Fantasy Premier League. My name's Serge.
My name is James.
And whilst there is no football and no Fantasy Premier League, we're bringing you other entertainment to keep you going through the lockdown. And today is quiz day. And today is a doozy. I think Euro 96 is going to be a good one. I think a lot of people have memories of Euro 96. One of England's better tournaments in recent times. It's
an interesting one to reflect on, because when you speak to English fans, obviously people speak in such high regard of this tournament. Yet we only won 2 games in 90 minutes. The knockout stages were a complete damn squib from the perspective that only 2 of the knockout ties were settled prior to extra time.
Yeah,
there were a lot of 0-0s late in the tournament and that, but we remember it with such fondness, and I think that's because we were here and we lived through it, and the excitement was on a different level to anything I can remember.
Yep. The song had a big impact as well. I think when you've got a good song for your country, it always has that everyone can sing along to. You have a better tournament, don't you?
Is that why we've been shit ever since?
Probably, yeah. We should have got a decent band to do it, you know? Yeah. So you've got questions lined up for Euro 96 about the tournament and what happened and teams and players and all that kind of stuff.
20 questions. Taken slight encouragement from Tom Campbell's excellent work last week. There are 30 possible correct answers. So I know, Sid, you're going to do not too bad on this one. I'm pretty confident. There are some questions in there which I would describe as easy, but then that's me. There are some questions in there which are very hard. But I think someone will get very close to getting the lot, if not the lot.
I'll be happy with 50%, 15 out of 30, but I'm actually going to go for 10 out of 30. But I'm going to go for it. I haven't done a much swatting up. I did a little bit of looking at the teams and refreshing myself.
At least you've done some. That's better than your normal commitment to the calls, mate.
Yeah, well, a couple of times you haven't told me what the topic was, so I wouldn't have been able to.
What are you talking about?
So go on, let's start.
All right, okay. Pens and papers at the ready.
Pencil, we want to go.
You will like this. Question 1 is a maths question.
Yeah.
How many matches were played at the tournament? This obviously excludes qualifiers, playoffs. How many matches were played in the finals tournament at Euro 96? The group stage would, of course, be part of the tournament. How many games were played at Euro 96? Do you have an answer, Such?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Question 2. Which nation did Holland beat at Anfield in the only playoff match to secure qualification for the tournament?
Oh, no idea, mate.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Which nation did Holland beat at Anfield in the only playoff match to secure qualification for the tournament? I think if I remember correctly, the way they did qualifying was, I think it was 10 groups, 4 best runners-up, and then the 5th and 6th best runners-up did the playoff or something like that. A little bit different to what it's done now. I think there were some teams who finished second in their groups who just didn't get the chance. Whereas obviously now in European Championships, like, it's impossible not to qualify. Yeah. No offense to a few of our friends who won't.
Right, I've got an answer down, but it probably wasn't them. But got an answer down.
Question 3.
We'll put it this way, James. I've put a team down that weren't at the tournament, so that's a help.
That's the correct thing to do, my friend. So, question 3.
Yes.
England conceded 2 penalties during the group stage. Which 2 players were penalised? So England conceded 2 penalties during the group stage. Which 2 players were penalised, i.e. the penalty was awarded against them committing an offence?
Okay. Oh.
So 2 possible answers on that one.
Don't know, mate, but my pencil stopped working.
You can't remember the England games?
I remember the England games. I just don't remember who gave away the penalties.
Oh, okay. Question 4.
But I've still got a chance of getting them right.
Yeah, use a little bit of noggin. You could guess, right?
Yeah.
Question 4. Davor Suker scored twice in Croatia's excellent 3-0 win against Denmark in the group stage. But which former Champions League winner also scored for them that day? Davor Suker scored twice in Croatia's excellent 3-0 win against Denmark in the group stage. But which former Champions League winner also scored for them that day?
Question 5.
Nice, easy one. Who scored Scotland's only goal of the tournament? Question 5. Who scored Scotland's only goal of the tournament? Do you have an answer, Serge?
I do indeed, but I was writing it in my answer for question number 6 because I'm an idiot. But you know.
Well, it'll definitely be incorrect. Question 6 is multiple choice.
Tell me.
Everyone remembers Paul Gascoigne's famous goal against Scotland.
Correct.
But who got the assist? Was it A, Darren Anderton, B, Steve McManaman, C, Jamie Redknapp, D, Teddy Sheringham? Who got the assist for Gascoigne's famous goal against Scotland? Anderton, McManaman, Redknapp, or Sheringham?
You can see him over my shoulder.
Yes, those on YouTube
you can see.
And as I said to Suj off camera, the original question was going to be who put the water bottle in his mouth, but I changed my mind yesterday.
Yeah, no.
Question.
It was funny. A lot of the videos and stuff that you can see online about the Hong Kong trip and stuff, the players have no regrets or remorse about going out on the piss that night.
No
they just were having
way.
a night out.
No.
They were like, you know what? We went out on the Raz, and what?
They were bored.
Yeah, funny.
Question 7, Suj, has 3 possible correct answers.
Yeah.
3 players scored for France in the tournament who would later play in the Premier League. Can you name them?
Who would later play in the Premier League?
Correct. There were no members of the French squad who were playing in the Premier League at the time. There were 3 players who scored in the tournament for France who would later play in the Premier League in their career. Can you name them?
Okay, just play. They didn't score in the Premier League.
I should imagine, Serge, that all of these 3 players not only played in the Premier League, but scored.
Okay, I've got one for certain that I'm sticking down without any hesitation. The other 2 might have a little think about.
Question 8.
Correct, yeah.
In Italy's final group stage match with Germany, they needed victory to qualify for the quarterfinals. Mm-hmm. Who missed a penalty during the game and which goalkeeper saved it?
I know who missed the penalty.
Blimey, Suj actually confidently knows one.
But I don't know who saved the penalty.
So obviously 2 possible correct answers there for question 8. Who missed the penalty in the Italy-Germany group stage match and who saved that penalty?
I'm 99% sure I know who took the penalty, but I don't know who saved the penalty. German goalkeeper. Oliver Kahn. Bit before his time.
I'm just a question man.
Always the questions, never the answers, eh?
We'll do the answers afterwards if I don't just read them out loud. Do you know what I mean? Question 9.
Accidents happen, James.
Yeah. Who was the only player to score in every game that his country played?
Oof.
Who was the only player to score in every game that his country played? That does not include penalty shootouts. So physically scored in the match.
It's got to be one of the guys. Yeah. Okay, I know what I'm going to go for.
Excluding penalty shootouts, who was the only player to score in every game that his country played?
Yeah. I'm going to have a stab, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I'm going to have a stab.
Question 10. Denmark were based at Hillsborough for all of their Group D encounters. What other stadium was used in that group? Denmark were based at Hillsborough for all of their Group D encounters. What other stadium was used in that group? I would like the stadium name. I will accept the name of the club that played there.
I'm going to put both down.
Okay.
But I don't know if that was the one.
Question 11. Which two Spain players missed penalties in their shootout defeat to England? So 2 possible answers. Question 11. Which two Spain players missed penalties in their shootout defeat to England?
Don't know, boss.
Question 12. Which nation failed to score a single goal at the tournament? Question 12. Which nation failed to score a single goal at the tournament?
I'm going to pick these guys because I think they were the worst team at the tournament.
Okay. Question 13 is multiple.
They'd have been all right at Christmas. Good.
What?
Don't worry. Question 13.
I'm going to completely ignore that. Question 13. Multiple choice.
Yes.
Who was voted player of the tournament?
I know this.
Was it A, Andreas Muller, B, Karol Poborski, C, Matthias Sammer, D, Alan Shearer? Who was voted player of the tournament? Muller, Poborski, Sammer, or Shearer?
At least I know I'm not getting 0, James.
I already knew that by you giving away daft clues. Question 14. Which England player scored in only one of their 2 penalty shootouts against Spain and Germany? Which player scored in only one of those shootouts?
Okay.
Question 15. Which former Derby County and West Ham United player was the only player sent off at the tournament who ever made an appearance in the Premier League? Which former Derby and West Ham player was the only player sent off at the tournament who ever made an appearance in the Premier League? I think there were 8 players sent off in total. This player is the only one who ever appeared in the Premier League.
Okay.
Question 16. Who scored Germany's equaliser against England in the semi-final? Question 16. Who scored Germany's equaliser against England in the semi-final? Question 17 has 4 possible answers.
Ooh.
I'm going to give you 4 nations who participated in the tournament. I would like you to tell me who the manager was for each of these nations.
Oh, man. This is one of those. The spelling count, James.
No. How am I going to mark people's incorrect spelling, Sush?
It's one of those where I can give you the name, but I'll be struggling to spell a few of them. But I don't know who you're going to pick yet. So let's see.
You don't need to worry about spelling. What I will say is, for all of these 4 nations I'm about to mention, the person that managed them was from that country as well. The 4 nations.
Surname will do, right, James?
Surname, I will accept a surname, yes.
Nice, thank you.
But really, I'd like a first name.
Go on then.
The 4 nations are France, Holland, Italy, and Spain. Who were the managers for France, Holland, Italy, and Spain?
I remember the French manager.
I'll give you a moment as there's 4 possible answers there.
3 of them are fine, James.
Really? You know 3 of them? I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected you to get more than 1.
Yeah, no, it's the I can't remember the French manager.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. I think I know what it is. I think I know his surname.
Well, I'll go through these all again anyway.
Yeah. Please.
Question 18. Who presented Jurgen Klinsmann with the trophy?
Oh.
Question 18. Who presented Jurgen Klinsmann with the trophy? Suj is deep in thought.
Okay. There's a reason I'm deep in thought, but I'm going to stick down the answer that I got.
Okay. Question 19. What club was Dutch legend Clarence Seedorf playing for when he was named in the Dutch squad? Question 19. What club was Dutch legend Clarence Seedorf playing for when he was named in the Dutch squad? Suj is deep in thought.
Well, I've got a picture of Clarence Seedorf in a certain kit. So
so's everybody else.
I'm just going to put that answer down.
Probably a different kit for everyone.
Yeah. I'm going to put that answer down, and if it is, it is. I don't know when he moved or didn't move. So.
Question 20 has 3 possible correct answers, and here's the final question. Can you name the 3 outfield players in England's squad of 22 who did not play any minutes in the tournament? Suj, while I was reading that question, managed to lose his audio completely. I will repeat. Please. Can you name the 3 outfield players in England's squad of 22 who did not play any minutes in the tournament? So there are 3 England players outfield who were members of the squad who did not get on the pitch during the tournament. Can you name them?
One springs to mind, but I don't know if he did or didn't. But I don't remember seeing him in any highlights or any action.
So I will repeat all the questions, just to give everybody a chance to have a little think about ones they may be missing. So question 1, how many matches at the tournament? Question 2 was who did Holland beat in the playoff at Anfield? Question 3, which 2 players gave away penalties for England in the group stage? Question 4 was which former Champions League winner scored for Croatia against Denmark, scoring the other. David Suka had got the other 2. Question 5, who scored Scotland's only goal? Question 6, who assisted Gascoigne's goal against Scotland? Was it Anderton, McManaman, Redknapp or Sheringham? Question 7, who were the 3 French players who scored at the tournament who would later play in the Premier League? Question 8, who missed the penalty in the Italy-Germany group stage match and who saved that penalty? Question 9, which player, excluding penalties, scored in every game for his country? Question 10, which other stadium was used in Group D alongside Hillsborough? I will accept the stadium name or the team. Question 11, who were the 2 Spain players who missed penalties in their shootout defeat to England? Question 12, which nation failed to score a goal at the tournament? 13, Who was player of the tournament? Was it Muller, Poborski, Sammer, or Shearer? Question 14. Which England player scored in only one of the penalty shootouts against Spain and Germany? Question 15. Which former Derby and West Ham player was the only player sent off at the tournament who ever made a Premier League appearance? 16 was who scored Germany's equaliser against England in the semi-final? Question 17. Who were the managers for France, Holland, Italy and Spain? 18. Who presented Jurgen Klinsmann with the trophy? Question 19. Who was Clarence Seedorf playing for when he was named in the Dutch squad? And question 20. Can you name the 3 outfield players in England's squad of 22 who did not play any minutes at the tournament? How are you doing, Serge?
I'm doing okay, actually. Like, I feel like I've got well over half, but then now I'm annoyed at the ones that I haven't got.
You think you've got over 15?
Oh,
out of 30? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Should we do answers then?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Let's find out if I'm going to do better than I've done in some historic quizzes.
Okay, question 1, Serge. How many matches were played at the tournament?
32.
It's 31.
There was no third, fourth playoff.
No third, fourth playoff,
mate.
Never. Well, I say never. There hasn't been for a very long time in European Championships. It's only been in World Cups. It's the most pointless football match known to man. It's about as pointless as the Community Shield, but at least that money raises some money for charity.
I thought I was being clever and.
So obviously the simple equation is 6 matches per group. 4 groups is 24 plus 7 knockout matches, 4 quarterfinals, 2 semis, and the final. The answer is 31.
Okay.
Question 2. Who did Holland beat at Anfield in the playoff to qualify, Serge?
I just put Republic of Ireland.
Is the correct answer.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised by that. I just feel like Republic of Ireland are forever getting into playoffs when it comes to qualification. It's not bad. They do quite often end up in playoffs. So I just went with Republic of Ireland.
So Holland and the Republic played at Anfield actually on my birthday in 1995. Nice. And a very young Patrick Kluivert scored both goals. The Dutch deserved to win on the evening. But it was good because obviously Ireland took so many over for the game. It was a sellout, etc. So Holland beat Ireland 2-0 at Anfield in the only playoff match for the tournament.
Nice.
Question 3. England conceded 2 penalties in the group stage. Which 2 players were penalised, Serge?
I went with Gareth Southgate, Stuart Pearce, but...
You can have 1 for Stuart Pearce. Stuart Pearce was penalised for handball in the final 15 minutes of the match against Switzerland. So obviously, Turkumaz scored that resulting penalty. And the other player penalised was Tony Adams, who fouled Gordon Jury at 1-0 in the match against Scotland before David Seaman would save the penalty from Gary McAllister. So the correct answers are Stuart Pearce and Tony Adams. Give yourself 1 there, Suj.
I have indeed.
Question 4. Sasuka scored twice against Denmark. Who was the former Champions League winner who also scored that day, Suj?
It was Zvonimir Boban.
Wow, my God, he's got it right.
And do you know, he was at AC Milan, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, I only ever, we talk about Champ Manager 01, 02 and stuff. And I've said it to you before, I've only ever had one version of like Fantasy Football Manager. And it was, I'm pretty sure it was the 95-96 Italian version, because one of my mates at school had it and gave it to me. So I've got more memories of Italian football from then because of that version of the game. And I never then went on to play like English Championship Manager or whatever. But my mate Robin, if he's not listening because he doesn't like football, but I remember he gave me a dodgy copy of Italian. And I always remember Zvonimir Boban from AC Milan. Yes.
Nice. Yes, the correct answer. He scored the second of Croatia's 3 that day. I think people will remember the famous third goal scored by Zuka when he chipped Schmeichel was a fantastic, a very iconic goal from the tournament.
Yep.
Question 5. Who scored Scotland's only goal, Suj?
The Rangers legend, Ali McCoist.
Look at you, man. You're acting like you actually know things. It is Ali McCoist is the correct answer.
And he is a Rangers legend. There you go.
I feel like Suj actually put some research into this one for a change.
A little bit.
Isn't it amazing how you don't come
also,
off like
James,
a complete idiot when you do?
These questions are not that hard so far.
But that's because you know them.
Yeah, true.
All questions are easy when you know the answer.
Yeah, true.
So, yes, Ali McCoist scored Scotland's only goal in the tournament. He scored at the whole end against Switzerland in their final group stage match. It wasn't enough because England destroyed Holland and let Holland score a goal, so Scotland went out. Question 6, excuse me. Who assisted Gascoigne's famous goal against Scotland?
I think it was Anderton because it was played from wide through ball. I feel like it was Anderton, but it could have been McManaman.
The correct answer.
I went Anderton.
The correct answer is Darren Anderton.
Oh, thank you.
Old sick note himself, yes.
Yeah. He was a bit of a wing back in the tournament.
Yeah, Anderton and McManaman when they played that system, but they didn't really play as wing backs, just played as wide midfielders. England played, when they played that system, was so offensive.
Yeah.
It was good fun.
Yeah.
So, question 7, Suj. 3 French players scored in the tournament for France who later played in the Premier League. How many of them have you got?
I've got 3 names down.
Go on, then.
They all played in the Premier League, but I don't know if they scored in the tournament. So I'll go in order of confidence. One is Bolton's Yuri Djorkaeff.
Correct.
Okay, I'll have him. Your friend in Champman 0102, Laurent Blanc?
Correct.
Score? He did score. Okay. And then last I went with Chelsea's Leboeuf beefsteak, but I don't know if he scored.
Frank Leboeuf. Oh,
did he score?
We won the World Cup. No.
Okay, fine.
So Djorkaeff and Blanc are correct. The missing correct answer is Christophe Dugarry.
Yeah.
Who had I guess a semi-famous spell doing very well for Birmingham City. Yeah, Dugarry scored in the opener against Romania. Question 8 was who missed and who saved the penalty in the Germany-Italy match. I know you know who missed, Suj. Tell everyone who it was.
It was Gianfranco Zola, right?
Was Gianfranco Zola. The goalkeeper that saved it?
I didn't have anything down. I don't know who was in goal.
The goalkeeper for Germany was Andreas Kopka. So your correct answers are Zola missed the penalty and Kopka was the goalkeeper that saved it. Question 9. Who was the only player, excluding penalty shootouts, to score in every game that his country played? The one that required a little bit of thought, Suj. Who have you got?
I went with Stoichkov, but not confident, I'll be honest with you.
The correct answer is Hristo Stoichkov. Well done, mate.
He was at Lechkov as well. I like Lechkov better because... I
think people are going to be a bit confused here, Suj, because you're doing all right, mate.
Yeah, I know. I did a bit of research into this one. I watched, I tell you what, I watched Badil and Skinner's Fantasy Football. That helped me get one of the answers later. Yeah, I've done all right this, but I preferred Lechkov, to be honest. I remember Stoichkov, goal.
Lechkov and Stoichkov obviously scored both the goals in the quarterfinal with Germany in 94. Stoichkov was a worldie, mate. Lechkov was a good player. Stoichkov was world class. He scored in all of their group games with Spain, France and Romania, but they went out at that group stage. Question 10. What was the other stadium used besides Hillsborough in Group D, Suj?
Now I've done a search here because I feel like I picked a stadium that wasn't open back then. I don't know why, for some reason, I put Middlesbrough, Riverside. It wasn't open, was it?
You do realise all the Champman FPL listeners are waiting for me to say motherfuckers.
Why? Oh.
That's a Riverside, motherfuckers. That's a private joke between me and them.
Okay.
No, motherfucker. That's the incorrect answer.
But I don't know why. I just figured Gareth Southgate was
The
in the
Riverside
squad.
would have been open.
All right, fair play.
The correct answer is the City Ground, Nottingham Forest, who would have hosted matches between Croatia, Portugal, and Turkey when those three sides played each other. So correct answer is the City Ground, or I will accept Nottingham Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Question 11. Who were the two Spain players that missed penalties in their shootout defeat to England?
I didn't know the answer to this one. I didn't make
Didn't put anything.
I got Enrique and Hierro, but
You can have Hierro, mate.
okay. But Luis Enrique, but no.
No.
Didn't think it was.
Fernando Hierro hit the bar with Spain's first penalty. You can have that one.
That was a fluke.
The player who had his penalty saved by David James, imagine how life could have been so different, by David Seaman, was Miguel Angel Nadal. Who was centre-half, who played many years for Barcelona. So Miguel Angel Nadal is the correct answer. Hierro and Nadal. Question 12, which quite frankly, if any of the listeners haven't got this one after Suj's very erratic clue, which nation failed to score a single goal at the tournament, Suj, even though it was played in the summer and not over Christmas?
Turkey
is the correct answer.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but I just figured that they were the worst team at the tournament, so it was a fair assumption that.
Yeah, they lost every game.
Turkey
lost every game and didn't score. This was their first major championship. They played three decent sides in the group, didn't help. Yeah. Poor performance. Question 13, you reckon you knew this one, Suj? Who was voted player of the tournament?
It was Matthias Sammer.
The correct answer was Matthias Sammer, yeah. What a good player he was.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't have big memories of him. I just read it. Simple as that. I just saw we've seen all the stats of top goal scorer, player of the tournament, most clean sheets, blah blah blah. It was Matthias Sammer. I was like, I don't really have any memories of him, if you know what I mean. But
he was.
I read it, so
he actually had quite a short career, actually. But he was a sweeper of this team and was very good at it. He was old-fashioned in the sense that a little bit like Koeman. You would probably remember better, Suj, from Holland. He would step out from the back and join in midfield on that. Scored important goals, such as the winner against Croatia in the quarterfinals. Question 14. Which England player scored in only one of the two penalty shootouts against Spain and Germany was, Suj?
Put down Stuart Pearce.
No. Stuart Pearce, David Platt, Paul Gascoigne and Alan Shearer all scored in both of the penalty shootout wins. Teddy Sheringham did not get to take one against Spain, but scored against Germany. The correct answer is Teddy Sheringham. I assume Sheringham was on for the fifth penalty against Spain, but I don't actually know that. In fact, I think he might have not been on the pitch, so I don't know if we'll ever know the answer to that. But Teddy Sheringham is the correct answer. Question 15. Which former Derby County and West Ham player was the only player sent off at the tournament who ever made an appearance in the Premier League? Suj doesn't know it, even though it involves his club.
Yeah, I went with Thomas Repka, but I don't. It's not him.
No, Thomas Repka. I've heard worse shouts. The correct answer is...
Can I tell you what my second thought was? Nah. Well,
yeah, tell us. We're desperate to know what your thoughts are, mate.
Nah. Go on. Who was it?
No, tell us.
Nah.
Now tell us.
Nah. I'm going to tweet it later. I'll put it in the thread of the show when you put it out. Who was it?
The correct answer is Igor Stimac, Croatian. People probably remember better for his Derby days than his West Ham days. But Igor Stimac is the correct answer. Question 16. Who scored Germany's equaliser against England in the semi-final? Just because I've always wanted to say this word on the podcast and never have before. What's the correct answer?
Have you heard the commentary from the game? This is one that was on Badil and Skinner's Fantasy Football. I can't remember who was doing the commentary at the time. Was it? It wasn't Motson. It was somebody. Germany have made their 2 substitutions. The two players coming on, so and so and so and so. Kunz, just at the end of the sentence. We're completely out of context. It was Kunz.
The correct answer is Stefan Kuntz. What a don.
Yeah.
And 25 million people watching the game all screamed the same thing.
Exactly the same time. Yeah, you have to get onto YouTube and find that bit of commentary because taken out of context, it's pretty funny.
It was a joke at the time that very much got done to death.
Yeah, no doubt.
Question 17 was who was manager of the 4 nations that I mentioned? France, Holland, Italy, and Spain. You reckon you've got 3 of these, Suj?
Yeah, definitely Gus Hiddink and Arrigo Sacchi.
Yeah.
Definitely those 2. The Spanish manager was Clement, right?
I think like you've been doing some reading here, Suj.
Yeah. But the French manager, I can't remember for.
Okay. I'm going to let you have all 3 of those, Suj. Holland was Gus Hiddink.
Yeah.
Italy was Arrigo Sacchi.
He didn't.
Spain was Javier Clemente.
Okay. I just thought it was Clement.
Come on. I think the listeners are just pleased you did some research, Suj.
Yeah, mate.
The French manager you really should know was Amy Jacquet.
Jacquet.
That's Amy, A-I-M-E, not
Aim Jacquet.
Not if you begging to seek Amy.
I'm gonna take my 3 and run. I'm doing all right today. I'm curious to know how you did yesterday. By the way, James.
On the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I lost out by a point.
Oh.
FPO Irons. I really shouldn't have spoiled that actually, but do listen to it. It's good. FPO Irons. Fair game, that boy Luke. He really knows his stuff. Very, very impressive. Yeah. Very impressive. Beat me by a point.
Ouch. Good. Well, look, you've done well. So represent.
Oh, yeah. Smashed it. Yeah. Did good. Yeah. Question 18. Who presented Jurgen Klinsmann with the trophy, Suj?
Well, the Queen shook all the players' hands before the final. So the Queen was at the game. So it makes me, I'll put down the Queen, but.
You can have it, mate. It was Your Majesty.
It was her, the Queen, yeah. I knew she shook the hands of the players before the game. I remember that. But I didn't know whether she actually then went on to give the trophy
I will
or whatever.
accept Your Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, Old Lizzie Darling. Any of them are correct.
Yep.
Question 19, I reckon, was tough. Which club did Dutch legend Clarence Seedorf play for when he was named in the Dutch squad? Suj?
I've got Inter Milan down. You're going to tell me that's wrong.
It is an Italian club.
Right.
The correct answer is Sampdoria. He spent a year at Sampdoria in 1995, 1996. Question 20, Suj. Who were the 3 players who were in the England squad who didn't get any minutes in the tournament?
Yeah, so I learned the squad. Steve Stone has got to be one of them.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay. My next guess was Nicky Barmby, but I feel like he should have got some minutes.
Incorrect.
Oh, yeah. Phil Neville?
Correct.
Okay.
Steve Stone and Nick Barmby definitely both came on late in the 4-1 win against Holland. I think Steve Stone came on in the quarterfinal with Spain as well, I think. The 2 answers that you're missing, Suj, with Phil Neville, which is correct, are Les Ferdinand.
Well, he didn't get any minutes, eh?
And the other one, which is the most difficult one that people tend to forget, is Steve Howe of Newcastle.
Newcastle Ledge.
Yeah. And one of the reasons people, I think, always forget Howe as well is he was a substitute in the first game against Switzerland and then got injured. So effectively didn't take part in the squad for the rest of the tournament. So he wasn't named officially as a substitute in any of the remaining matches following that first group game with Switzerland. So there are your answers. How many did you get, Suj?
Let me just do the maths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I reckon over 20 is
18.
banging.
18, right? 18.
I was just predicting you'd be below that line. 18 is...
I'm happy with that. I wanted to go half.
Well done,
I got
mate.
Just a little bit more than half. And looking at it, there's maybe a couple that I could have, should have remembered, but...
Could have, would have, should have.
31,
yeah, but you've also got players like...
32.
You've also got players like Samar or as you say, Clement, who I think you've got by doing some prior reading. But...
Yeah, I had to do a bit of swatting up on the subject.
So let us know, guys. Was it better for Suj that he did some reading, or do we want Car Crash Suj back?
pick a topic that I can't research, and then you'll be fine.
Like West Ham United.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that was good fun, James. And actually, to be honest with you, looking back on the tournament as well, and all of the clips on YouTube, there was a great program that Alan Shearer went and interviewed Terry Venables and what have you. Looking back at Venables at the time, because we already knew that was going to be his last tournament, that he was out after the tournament and what have you. Dodgy dealings.
And what? It was, did you want dodgy dealings or did you want to go back to last Thursday's podcast and go back to the Taylor era? So
no, true. But yeah, it was a real good, feel good. But then just certain things that I didn't remember about the tournament. Like Alan Shearer hadn't scored for England for like 2 years or something leading up to the tournament, and still then went on and banged in 5 goals, top scorer. England won a penalty shootout in a tournament. I mean, madness.
Yes, which no one ever talks about, the fact that we beat Spain. You would have thought when we beat Colombia in the Worlds last year or 2 years ago now that it had never happened before, but no, yeah.
We beat Spain. Shootout.
We actually scored 9 penalties in a row in that tournament.
Yeah.
If you include, obviously, Shearer had the one against Holland in the group stage as well. You could say it was 10.
Yeah, I thought you might ask a question around seamen and penalty saves and who made the most saves, because England by default ended up I'm sure England would have faced more penalties than any other team.
No, probably would have been France is the answer to that, actually, I should think.
Interesting.
Because France beat Holland 5-4 on penalties and then lost, I think it was 6-5 to Czech Republic in the semis. So I think they would have faced one more than England, maybe.
Then you include penalties in
the games,
open play. That's what I meant as well. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, I don't do maths questions except for question 1.
No, exactly. And the one maths question of the week, I managed to get wrong.
I try to be clever.
Nah. So there we go. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the Euro 96 quiz. We'll be back at you each and every week with a different topic. Not sure what next week's going to be yet, but I'm sure James will let us know.
Undecided. Open to the odd suggestion, which is always a dangerous thing to say.
Tag him in a tweet at Planet FPL Pod. We will be back at you tomorrow with a review of the 1995-96 Ajax team that won the Champions League.
Except it was the year earlier.
Oh, are we talking 94-95?
Yeah,
my apologies.
Because Clement Seedorf is at Sampdoria now, mate.
Yeah, true. So yeah, we're looking back at the 94-95 Ajax team that won the Champions League and where those players went on and what they achieved in their careers. Once that happened, and a little bit of a throwback. James, tonight, Champman FPL.
Yeah, I'll be on it again. All 20 teams playing, so it's going to be bust. And there might even be a couple of surprises in store.
Yeah. So do stay tuned. You can jump on YouTube and subscribe to the channel at Planet FPL. Hit the bell and you'll know as soon as James goes live. But we're talking, 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, 7:30 till 10.
So thank you for tuning in. Do make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the podcast for all the upcoming content. Tweet us your scores in the quiz. Don't tweet your answers.
No pictures.
No pictures of your score sheet, but do tweet us your scores. And I hope you all beat me. Well done. Congratulations. Ciao for now.
Be nice to each other. Cue music, man, child.